Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany, and today we are going to take a look at my summer morning routine. Now, this is not like a typical morning routine. This is just the lovely 3 months we get off during the summer break. Really, it's more like 8 weeks, 8 to 10 weeks. But during summer break, mornings are definitely a lot slower and more relaxed. And that's what we're going to be doing today. So as you already saw, every single morning I step outside and enjoy my coffee on my front porch. That's one of the joys of having a front porch. I've never had one before, so this has been absolutely lovely. And on this particular day, I was actually alone in the house. My husband and my 4 boys were camping, and my daughter was sleeping over at a friend's house. So I took advantage of having a quiet home and nobody running around in their underwear, having breakfast, in their birthday suit at the dining room table. If you are a parent, you understand what I'm saying. Since nobody was in the house, I figured this would be a good morning to film this video. So I'm just taking a minute now to clean up the kitchen a little bit, put away the dishes from the night before. And of course, I've got to feed Charlie. So Charlie is our 8-year-old Chiweenie. She is a Dachshund Chihuahua mix, and she is the love of our life. She weighs just over 10 pounds, and she is pure muscle and a mouse trapping machine. She has been on the hunt around the outside of our house. God bless her. If you saw my last Sunday reset, I did talk about the mouse issues we've been having. We've been really blessed to have the dog to help us. So we feed her wet food that just helps to keep her nice and lean because she is so little and so long. If she puts on too much weight, it can really hurt her back. So we are just getting her food, well, we, as in I am getting her food warmed up, and I just kind of break it down for her so it's easier for her to eat and she's not eating it all in one piece. And then we're going to get her fed. She will literally follow me around all morning until I get her fed because she's got to eat. The girl's got to eat. I guess that's how I feel about my coffee in the morning. So there she is. We're going to let her enjoy her breakfast. And while she's eating, I'm going to go ahead and move on to some other summer morning activities that I normally wouldn't do on a school day. School days are hectic and chaotic, and we're all running around super fast trying to get out of the house, but summer mornings are a lot more relaxed, and I can get more things done. So on this quiet morning, I was taking advantage and getting some editing done. I like to do a lot of my voiceovers, as I'm doing right now, in the morning, sitting here at my island. Where my microphone goes on the island is just so perfect. I don't really have to lean over too much, and I'm very animated when I do these voiceovers. My hands are constantly going. It's as if I'm like literally having a conversation with you. So you're about to see that in action here. But sitting here in the quiet morning, this is the perfect time to do a voiceover, just like now when everybody is still either asleep or slowly waking up in their beds as they're doing now. Just taking advantage of that quiet time. So I'm going to take some time to get this video voiceover done and get this editing done. And then we're going to move into getting ready for the day. And of course, before we go get ready, it's time for our second cup of coffee. moving into our bedroom, the next thing I'm going to do is work on making the bed. So normally this is something that Danny would help me do. However, I completely forgot. Michaela did not sleep over at a friend's house this night. She actually was home. It was the night before she slept at a friend's. She actually slept with me. So Danny had his pillow with him while he was camping, and she had brought her pillows down, and she had a little bit of a runny nose. She's been dealing with some allergies as well. So there was some toilet paper there on the nightstand, and that's because we were all out of Kleenex. So she had brought that in there with her. But I like to make my bed in the morning. I feel like trust me, there are days, guys, that my bed does not get made. This is not a 100% every single day my bed gets made. That is unrealistic. There are lots of days, especially on crazy school mornings where things are insane, where the bed doesn't get made, and then all 4 of my kitties will literally sleep in my bed all day long. But for the most part, I do try to make the bed most days. And I just feel like when I don't, it makes the room feel really, really messy. And things just, kind of, it's like a spiraling effect. You know what I mean? Like if the bed is messy and then the room gets messy and then everything else just feels messy. You guys know what I'm saying. So I don't want to give you this false pretense that my bed is always made. That would be 100% a lie. But I do try to make it most days. I would say like 5 out of 7 for most weeks. During the summer, it's probably 7 out of 7. During the school year, it's like 4 out of 7. Definitely gets made on the weekends. Oh, I know you understand. If you understand, give me your favorite emoji down in the comments below. If you are like me and are realistic about your bed making, let me know down below. All right, so now we're going to move into getting ready for the day. So I am going to take a quick shower, and here we go, guys. This is a highly requested thing, and that is getting ready with me. So we're going to get started with my makeup. What I just showed you there is the face cream that I use. It's the CeraVe moisturizer. You guys, hands down, best thing for your face ever, ever, ever. I have sensitive skin. My daughter has sensitive skin. Everybody in my house has sensitive skin, and we use the CeraVe only. It is the best, I promise you. And if you have really dry skin like I do, like we all do, we definitely use the one in the jar. They do have a face moisturizer. I just don't feel like it gives me enough. So I'm getting started here with my foundation. So as you notice, it is a little bit of a different color than my face. That's because I typically self-tan my body, but I don't put it on my face. Again, because I'm super sensitive, my face breaks out when it doesn't break out. I just get like irritation. It's not, I don't get like, pimples. It's just irritation. So I'm using a foundation that I'll put down. I'll put all of this in my Amazon cart. Now I'm using some powder. Blot it on. Don't rub it on because that'll just move your foundation around. So blot it on your face with a kabuki brush. And now I'm using this Maybelline bronzer to kind of contour my face. Now at first it's going to look really harsh and it's going to look like, oh my gosh, this girl needs to blend. And I promise you at the end, like it all gets blended together. But right now I'm just kind of feeling out, what's happening here. Now, if you have a face shape like mine, my face is very round. I have got a lot of extra stuff going on around my neck and chin, especially right now. Summer pounds are packing on. But anyway, sometimes it's hard for me to like contour my face because it's not like super easy, you know what I mean? But I try really hard to put some type of contouring, which is what you're seeing here. And like I said, it's going to look as though it's not very blended, but it will be at the end. So all of these products that I'm using, I'll list in the description box. It's too hard for me to just tell you every single product that comes as I'm doing this voiceover, but I'll list them all for you down below. But next up is eyebrows. So eyebrows make a huge difference, you guys. When I don't have my eyebrows on, I feel like my face looks really different. I have very, very sparse eyebrows, and it's not from over plucking. It's not from any of that stuff. It's just, that's the little tiny eyebrow that God gifted me with, and I have to give them some help every single day. which is not a problem. That's perfectly fine. I do it. And again, this is going to seem a little harsh until the rest of my face is done. But if you're like me and you have really sparse eyebrows, if you're not doing your eyebrows, even if you have good eyebrows, are you shaping them? Are you taking care of them? Like, it really does make a huge difference, and it will change the entire look of your face. Like, it just gives your face more structure. It will, give more structure to your makeup look. So if you're not doing your eyebrows, give it a shot. I promise it will make a big difference. That's probably the biggest thing that I would recommend for people is eyebrows and eyelashes if you're looking for minimal effort with big impact. And that's definitely those two items. So I also noticed that when I'm editing this, it looks like I need to blend a little bit better over by my ear, and I will, I promise. So this little palette right here, you guys, I legit got for $1 at Big Lots, I think it was. Michaela and I were there looking for makeup for her dance makeup kit, and we don't like to spend a lot of money on that stuff because it's not like she uses it a couple times a year, you know what I mean? But I found this little palette. I paid $1 for it, and I love it. So I'm using this darkest shade. Now, this is one way that I do my makeup. I have two go-to looks, and this is one of them. And it's where I have really deep set eyes, very hooded eyes, and they're pretty big for my face. People have called them alien eyes when I was growing up, and now I just embrace the giant eye socket that I have. But when I use this darker shade on my eyelid, and then I kind of blend it out with this lighter shade, like right here, it looks a little harsh, but when I finish, it's going to look nice, I promise. I just feel like it just accentuates my larger deep set eye, and it just kind of works with it, if that makes sense. It's almost like a smoky eye, but please remember, I am not a makeup artist, you guys. I just enjoy makeup. I love to do makeup on myself and on others. I have passed that gene on to my daughter. She loves to do her makeup. There'll be days where she's literally going nowhere and she'll come downstairs with a full face on, and I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, I don't know, I just felt like playing around. I was like, you should put that on YouTube, sister. You're pretty good at that thing. But I am not a makeup artist. This is just, what I do on a daily basis. And I do this every single day. There's random days here and there where I'm like, okay, I'm not putting on makeup today, but that is very, very rare. And I do all of this. I do my full face pretty much every single day. So even when I'm like, I'm just going to put on a little bit, my husband always chuckles because he knows that it's not going to end up that way. Because once you've been doing your makeup a certain way for so long, it just becomes kind of habit, and you do one thing and then it leads to another, which leads to another. And then you're like, well, this doesn't look good if I don't finish this part, and you know what I mean? Also, I want you to take note up there where my headband is, which I love those headbands, by the way. I'll link them for you in my Amazon storefront. They're adorable. But I just want to mention, I'm actually going today when I'm editing this video to get my hair done. But if you notice my skunk patch up there at the top of my head, I get this white patch up there. It's absolutely ridiculous. So now it's time for lashes, you guys. Now I buy my lashes at Sephora. I believe they are the Sephora brand. I'll have them linked for you down below if I can find them. Oh yeah, I'm looking at my hair. Danny's always like, I don't see it. And it just stares at me when I'm getting ready in the morning. Bless you, Charlie. My dog just sneezed. Anyway, so I buy my lashes at Sephora, and then I also buy my lash glue. So here's my tips for doing your lashes. I have been doing my lashes forever, since 2011. I have been putting on eyelashes every single day. The lashes that I have are thin, and they break very easily, and they're very, very short. I don't know. I just was always very self-conscious of my eyelashes. And so I started wearing falsies, and they have just stuck forever. I've been wearing them since before having eyelashes was a thing, and I love them. So I'm very, very good at doing them. It takes me no time at all. If you are a newbie, do not use tweezers. Do not use tweezers. You will jab your eye and that will be terrible. So until you're feeling comfortable, they have like little plastic applicators you can use, or use your finger. You want to come from the top and lay them down onto your eyes, onto your lid, on the lash line. And you want to use a dark adhesive. That's going to make a big, huge difference. And then I'm just adding a lip. This is all I had in my bathroom. All my lipsticks are in my purse, but my lips felt really bare, so I just used what I had. But now we're going to move into hair. So this BioSilk is what I put in my hair. I have super frizzy hair, as you guys can see. You just need a little tiny bit. I use like maybe a dime amount, maybe a little bit less, and you rub it in, concentrating primarily on like the middle and ends of your hair. And then it's time to dry. So I use a round brush to blow dry my hair. And as you can see here, I like to have a little bit of a dark root. So my natural color is like a mousy brown, but now it's basically salt and pepper. I have a ton of white hair, like a ton. And that's because I have a lot of red in my hair, and red hair, fun fact, because it only has one pigment, just red, when it loses pigment, it doesn't turn gray, it just goes white. And so I have a ton of white in my hair. But I get my hair colored. I've been every color under the sun. I've had brown hair, blonde hair, black hair, red hair. I've tried it all, but blonde is where I feel the most comfortable. I feel like it goes with my skin tone. And so that's what I do. I get my hair done every 7 to 8 weeks. And every visit, she lightens up my roots and will refresh like my top highlights, especially around my face. And then every other to every third visit, she'll give me like more foils. But for the most part, it's just kind of touching up those roots and fixing up those whites. But I like a little bit of that root. I don't know. I just think it looks pretty. I also like to keep my blonde pretty warm. I do use a purple shampoo. We have well water, so it's really, really harsh on your hair. So I also use a detoxifying shampoo. It's purposely made to help take out all of the hard minerals and everything in your hair. And like I said, I also use a purple shampoo. So what I'll do is if I need like a lot of toning, I'll just use the purple shampoo on its own after I wash it and I let it sit for a couple minutes. But if it's just a little bit, if I just want to kind of keep the brass at bay, I'll just mix it into my regular shampoo. I only wash my hair maybe every 3 days. Sometimes in the summer I have to do it every 2 days just because I get kind of sweaty or it's really muggy. But for the most part, I try to wash it at least 2 to 3 days. I don't really need to use like dry shampoo. My hair does not get greasy at all. Like nothing gets greasy. My face, my hair. I wish it did because that would keep me young, but and keep the wrinkles at bay. But unfortunately, everything is dry. My hair is dry. My scalp is dry. My face is dry. So typically, I have my hair cut in a really subtle bob, like with the back a little bit shorter. However, this last time that I visited my hairstylist, whom I love, she's fantastic. She was like, let's keep it a little bit longer in case you want to put it up. It's the summer, but the length right now is not it. I am not loving it. So when I go see her today at 12:15, I'm going to have her cut it again because I like to have it shorter. I've done the long hair thing. I've done extensions. I've done it all. I like my hair short. That's just the stage of life that I'm in. I'm good with it. So I want to have her shorten it up there in the back as well. I like it to sit like right at my shoulders, not down below my shoulders at all, because the way it like flips out, you'll see. Also, I feel like my layers in the back are way too long right now because I'm so desperate for a haircut. Look at my face. I'm like, oh, that's so much better. My hair doesn't look so bad. Putting in my contacts now, and then we're going to get to curling my hair. So I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, your hair looks nice like that. Like, don't curl it. But I promise you, it looks good from this angle right here. It looks okay, but it's not. It's not. The cut is so grown out. And I like to have my hair wavy, and I don't know, I just have like a style. I've always just had a style. That's just my thing. I've never been that kind of girl that like wears her hair different every day, like my daughter who has beautiful hair. I just like to, you know, have a style. I don't know. It's just what I do. It's like the Jennifer Aniston in me. You know, she has her hair a certain way, a certain color, a certain style. She does it the same way every time. Like, that's kind of how I feel. I like the way my hair looks at a certain way. You know, I don't like to change it up. So when I go see my stylist, I'm going to have her cut it again. But basically what I am doing here is I am just curling my hair away from my face. I don't use a wand. I don't like the type of curl that a wand gives. And when I'm curling my hair, one thing I want you to notice is you start at the top, you curl, and then you like move down a little bit into the middle and curl, and then you go down to the end and curl. So start at the top, curl, go down a little bit more, then go down a little bit more. And then when I pull it out, I kind of like unravel it, which keeps it from being like a super tight curl and creates more of a wave. So curl it from the top, scroll down a little bit to the middle, go down a little bit more to the bottom, and then pull it out. So you can also leave your ends out if you wanted to give it more of like a wavy look. I don't like that look for myself. I've done it before, but for the most part, this is just how I prefer my hair. But I love it on other people. I think it's a really super cute look on other people. I'm also curling all of my curls going in the same direction. This is something you can do differently if you want to as well. You can curl them in different directions so that they don't really blend into each other. But I like mine to all go away from my face. If you watch other tutorials of people who actually know what they're doing, they'll probably tell you to do it differently than how I'm doing it. But this is how I do it, folks. This is how I do it. So now I am moving into, so this side of my head, which is technically the left side of my head, I only do 2 sections when I'm curling. And then when I do my right side, which is where I have my heavy part, I do 3 sections. So, it just depends on like your hair. My hair is pretty thin, but I have a lot of it. So it appears to be thicker than it is, but it so desperately needs a haircut, like so badly. When I start to finish it up here in a little bit, you're going to notice like the back needs to be cut so bad. All of my layers are super long and I like a lot of volume. Pretty sure that's how I scored myself a man from Texas, is I like to have my hair like really big. You know, what do they say? The bigger the hair, the closer to God. The higher the hair, the closer to God, right? I like to have a lot of volume in my hair. So I like to keep my layers cut pretty short, which on the side, I think they're all perfect, but the back, they had just super grown out. So when I see her today, she will clean all of that up. I'm going to be like, chop it off, sister, all of it. Like, I'm probably going to take like a good 2 to 3 inches off the back. So, absolutely stay tuned. If you follow me on Instagram, I'll try to post an updated, picture on Instagram the day that this video goes live to show you like what the new hair looks like. I'll try to do that. So I'll try to do like a before and after. But like on this side as well, see like my layers are just super long. So I definitely need to have those trimmed up. But this is the right side. This is the side where I have my heavy part. And I am not a middle part, I am not a middle part kind of gal. I could never be a middle part gal. That's just not how my head is shaped. I have a really large forehead and a gigantic head. Like, my head is huge. I have to have a side part. Middle part is just not for my face. Maybe like if I were thinner, it would look different. I don't know. And that's not a bash on myself. I'm not bashing myself. I'm just saying like maybe if my face were thinner, like it wasn't so round and full, like maybe it would look different, but middle part is just not for my face, and that's okay. So we're going to finish curling up here. Basically, I'm just doing the same thing all around my entire head. I'm not fast forwarding this part too much because I want you guys to like actually see what I'm doing. But when we come to the front pieces here, this is when things get a little bit tricky and you have to kind of play around for your hair. So if you noticed when I was blow drying my hair, I blow dry my bangs down. That's really important because that's where I want them to go to help frame my face. So these top pieces here, I'm curling away. Everything is still going to be curled away from my face. It's just the way that you curl them. So these top pieces here, I'm curling normally, right, away from my face. Now this piece down here in the front, these bangs, if you will, you're going to put your curling iron in and pull them down and then curl them back. Just like all the other pieces, just curl them back. And then when I pull the curling iron out, I pull them down to lay like across my face. And here I look like Shirley Temple, but it's all going to come together, I promise. So at this point, just kind of go through, try to find any of those scragglers. Usually when Danny's in the room, I'm like, hey, do I have anything in the back that isn't curled? And he'll tell me. And now you have to let it sit. So this is the hairspray I use. It's the Frizzy's hairspray. It's the best hairspray in the world. It's a little bit pricier, but it's not like super duper pricey. It's still doable. So now you got to let your hair cool. Don't pick through your curls yet until your hair is completely cooled. So I'm going to go into the closet. I'm going to get myself dressed. I had to climb over the gate because my cats like to sleep in there, but my dog likes to pee in there. So it's like a win-win here. Once we're dressed, then we'll come back and this is where we will comb our hair. I'll brush my teeth, do all that stuff. And then this is when I'll go through and like tease my hair. So I'm using this billion-year-old rat-tailed comb. That's what they're called. It's just a back comb. It's a teasing comb. You can go to like Sally's Beauty Supply or get on Amazon. I'll try to find one for you that I can link. And what you're going to do is pull your hair up and then put the brush like underneath it and comb down towards the root. And I'm just going to do this literally all over my head until my head looks absolutely ridiculous. Like I've got this big giant helmet on my head, and then we'll kind of pick through it. But if you notice, I'm doing this before I have plucked through my curls, and that's because I want to see like how they fall after I tease. And you can tease as little or as much as you want. If this is not enough for you, you can tease some more. If this looks absolutely ridiculous, you can skip the teasing altogether. For me, the teasing is like the most important part. This is the part that gets me the look that I want. And now we're just going to kind of finger through the curls. Do not brush them. Use your fingers, finger through the curls, get them to what you like, and then you're going to hairspray. So from this angle, you can see I kind of have like a little dent right there in the back. There's like a hole. Off camera, I like use my makeup mirror to look back there and fix it. This is also just the way that my hair is cut right now. It's because I need to have all of my layers cleaned up. But I'm just going through. That hairspray dries super fast, so it is excellent for putting your hair exactly where you want it and then spraying it. It'll dry and it'll stay put. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna keep on plucking away at teasing it. And believe it or not, it's still incredibly soft. It doesn't look like it because of how much teasing I'm doing, but it's super soft. And because of that, it like will lay flat. So I have to just, kind of tease it and fix it and spray it and get it the way I like it. And then the bottom, to add some height down here, I'm also just doing a little up back comb. You know what I mean? Like I'm pulling the hair out and then combing up with the teasing comb. And it gives you, your final big giant hair look. Now my hair will stay this big for like the first 2 hours of the day, but then it kind of falls, and that's okay. So make it a little bigger than you actually want it to be, because as you start going throughout your day, you start moving around, it's going to fall. So it looks bigger right now, but it's not going to stay that big. And then we're just finalizing with our signature hoops and we're done. Okay, my friends, that is it for my summer morning routine video. This has been highly requested, so I hope that you guys enjoyed it. It was fun to film, and I'm ready to go make myself some leftovers for lunch and to get the rest of my day started. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, I'd love to have you subscribe. Come back for more. I post new videos every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. I had to think about my new schedule since I added in that the Cook With Me video on Fridays. So if you enjoyed it, I'd love to have you come back for more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.